Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? This is ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, back here with Money Mindshift, How Rich People Think. Going through the book, How Rich People Think, by Steve Sideball. Steve, better get my check, man. We're on day 28 of our 100-day journey of changing the way we think. Wealth begins in the mind. We want to have rich results in our life. We need to start putting rich thinking into our brain. That's right. It all manifests here. We're going to drop some seeds into our brain, and we're going to have this thing start to change. So, hey, here's the deal, man. You want to get out of debt. You want to live the prosperous life. You want to have abundance. You want to grow in wealth. Hey, you got to start having some wealthy conversations. You got to start reading some wealthy books. And this is just the seed. 15 minutes a day to keep broke away. 15 minutes. That's all it takes. 15 minutes a day. When people ask me, how do I go from being a financial zero to a financial hero? I simply tell them I read. Now, here's the deal. If I recommend a book for you to read, most people simply won't read it. So here's what I decided to do. Start this show so that we can actually read together and go through it. 15 minutes a day. Can't you just hang in there? 15 minutes to change the way that you think. So ultimately, we can change the way that we live. So today we are talking about doing something or being something. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, day number 28. Let's get started. Let's get this thing going. Hey, so the middle class believes you have to do something to get rich. World class believes you have to be something to get rich. The middle class believes you have to do something to get rich. The world class believes you have to be something to get rich. There's a popular nonlinear philosophy espoused by some of the most astute and successful among us that says it's not what you do that guarantees wealth, it's what you are. Now, I would have to agree. I mean, do you guys agree that, you attract who you become? I'm starting to learn this stuff. This is a whole different way of thinking that as I become wealthy on the inside, I begin to attract. I mean, you know what? Literally, people at this point in time in my life, they can't wait to give me their money. And it's not because of what I say. It's because of who I have become. And it's also the value that I bring and I add to their life. And obviously, they add value to my life as well. So there's an exchange there. But I'm starting to see that as I become more wealthy on the inside, as I become more confident, as I start to plant seeds into my very own self, and as I spend more time developing myself than I do on my job, that I've seen money start to come from very, odd places. People calling me up on Facebook and Instagram and all these social media sites. This is what's beginning to happen in my life. Hopefully, it's beginning to happen in your life. You're starting to see some streams of income, opportunities come from all different types and strange places that you never thought before because you are becoming wealthier on the inside. These people believe it's not the labor that creates the fortune, but the thinking behind the labor. That's why people like Donald Trump go from millionaire to $9 billion in debt and come back richer than ever. The masses see this as good fortune, great talent, and even luck. But studies show something more fundamental, a world-class consciousness. A world-class consciousness. Now, when we say world-class, we're talking about a wealth consciousness. We're talking about a rich consciousness versus having a poor consciousness. That's why someone that has a poor consciousness, I talked about this yesterday, there's a thermostat. Wherever your thermostat is set, as it relates to wealth, riches, money, whatever you want to call it, success, you're going to always come back to that temperature. So if you're at a 50 and it gets super hot for a quick moment, in other words, you get a whole bunch of money comes into your life, guess what? Eventually, you're coming back down to a 50 because you haven't increased the thermostat, which is your consciousness, which is going to determine what type of life or what type of abundance that you have. It's not always what you get, it's what you keep as well. So that's kind of changes. So where's your consciousness? And today what we're saying is we are raising our consciousness. In other words, we're turning the temperature up as it relates to our wealth consciousness. People like Mr. Trump have a fundamental belief they are supposed to be rich, fulfilled, and happy. They believe they have every right to be rich, and no matter how many times they fail, they will ultimately win the day. This self-fulfilling prophecy rarely fails because it leads them to behaviors that support their beliefs. It leads them to behaviors that support their belief. You got to ask yourself, what behaviors do you have that are supporting the belief that you believe? Self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, here's the deal. They say that that every millionaire is self-made, but everyone is self-made, but only the successful people will admit it. People that are failing in life, people that are broke, people that are poor, and I'm not going to say failing in life, but failing in their finances, they won't admit that they have something to do with it. But people that are successful, people that have seen, wonderful things happening as it relates to their money, they will admit that they had something to do with it. Go figure. The self-fulfilling prophecy that leads you to have behaviors that will support your beliefs. And this is why it's not just a talking thing, it is an acting thing. When you commit to raising your level of consciousness, when you commit to raising your wealth consciousness, ultimately your behaviors have to follow and validate the words that are coming out of your mouth. So let the tongue in your shoe and the tongue in your mouth be aligned. While the masses are fixated on the doing and the immediate results of their actions, the great ones are learning and growing from every experience, whether it's success or a failure, knowing their true reward is becoming a human success machine that eventually produces outstanding results. Hey, everybody in the comments below, put human success machine. This is what I want you to become, because once you understand that to get wealthy, all I got to do is solve more problems and serve more people, and then I get rich, and I just repeat the process, then that's what you're going to do. You're going to become a machine that's always looking to solve more problems and serve more people. And you realize that the value that's going to come back because you are serving people and solving a problem for them is going to be some money that's going to come into your storehouse. You're going to become a human success machine. Why? Because you found out. You finally know the formula. Now, here's the deal. The formula is simple, but it's not easy. Because here's the deal. What's not easy about it? What's not easy about it is saying that, hey, I'm going to take 15 minutes a day to keep broke away. This 15 minutes, very easy, very simple. Everybody can do it, but everybody simply won't do it because they're going to find everything else to distract them from things that they can really help them become a human success machine. The secret is to focus on being the person capable of getting the results you desire. The secret is being capable of being the person capable of getting the results that you desire. This is a superior strategy because it puts the performer in control of his success. It is not dependent on market conditions, luck, or any other variable outside of the performer itself. This is what I love about being an entrepreneur. When I was working in corporate America, I realized that there was a cap on what I could get paid. And I was going to get paid to do a job. When I stepped into the entrepreneur field, I realized that I would get paid based on my performance. Now I got to ask myself, can I outperform the duties that I was tasked at my job? Absolutely. I could go as far as I want. I'm unlimited at this point. I can go as hard as I want, or days I can take off when I want. I realized that I'm no longer capped in my income. All I got to do is perform better. All I got to do is put in more effort, be more strategic, and develop this strategy to become a human success machine. I don't know, Tamisha said, but they will never overpay me. You talking about like a job? They won't overpay you. They will definitely underpay you. And here's the deal. Like I realized that no matter how hard I worked, I was still going to get paid the same. No matter how little I worked, I was still going to get paid the same. Now, going above and beyond, I definitely believe in that. And that helps you when it comes time to get that raise, that 2% raise that doesn't even beat inflation. But I realized that, man, I can do all of this. I can solve all these problems for this company. And I realized that I would still be getting paid the same. Now, if I solve all these problems for myself and for all of my clients, now I'm getting paid a whole lot more. So solving more problems, serving more people, that is the recipe to get rich. Now, again, I must clarify, when I say get rich, I always got to tell this to people. I'm not talking about you focusing on the money. I'm talking about you focusing on what the money can do. The money is there to fund your mission. What is your mission? This is why we have to become great right now, so that when the money comes into our hand, we follow the plan of what we said we was going to do with the money before it got here. See, if a lotto winner actually had a plan before they won that $1 trillion or whatever it is they win, they would be in a much better position. But what they're trying to do is, I got lucky enough to win. Now I want to maybe develop a plan. And then they find themselves, that thermostat, bringing them right back down to broke again. How many of you guys made your $1 million plan? Did you make your $50 million plan? Did you put it up on your vision board? I want your plan to become your vision board. I said this the other day. Make your plan to win, to earn, not to win, to earn this $1 million, to earn this $50 million, whatever it is for you, however much it takes for you to complete your mission. That's the number you need to know. How much is it going to take for you to complete your mission? That's the plan. Create and develop that plan and make that plan your vision board. That's something I want to look at each and every day. When my dreams became my television, my life, my fantasies became reality. Let me repeat that again. When my dreams became my television, then my fantasies became my reality. That's for somebody. I don't know who it's for. Let me get back to the book. You guys are going to make me go off. All right. The best starting point to carry out this strategy comes from my friend and mentor, Jim Carthaft, one of the most successful professional speakers in the world. Jim's success to his audience is that they start asking themselves this daily question. How would the person I wish to become do the thing I'm about to do? How would the person I wish to become do the thing I'm about to do? This question programs the performer to focus his mental energy where it's most powerful, on building a better machine. You're going to become a human success machine. And each and every day when you wake up, you're going to be focusing on building a better machine. All right, here's our quote of the day. Here's our quote of the day. Money demands that you sell not your weaknesses to men's stupidity, but your talents to their reason. Woo! That's by Ayn Rand. Let me repeat that again. Money demands that you sell not your weaknesses to men's stupidity, but your talent to their reason. Your talent to their reason. You know where you're talented. You know where you can sell your talent, your strengths, your 10 area, and people will pay you. We said yesterday that that you want to do what you love and you want to become so proficient at it that you demand that the world pays you what you're worth. You want to do what you love and become an expert in doing what you love, that the world recognizes that you are an expert and that you are passionate about what you're doing because you love what you're doing. And then the world you're going to demand that the world pays you. It says that if you, if you bargain with life for a penny, it'll pay you no more. What I'm saying today is I want you guys to bargain with life for whatever amount is necessary for you to complete your mission. If it's 1 million, if it's 100,000, if it's 600,000, if it's 50 million, I want you to bargain with life for whatever amount it's going to take for you to complete your mission. Woo! Let's go. Hey, so critical thinking question of the day. Again, this book has a quote of the day, a critical thinking question of the day, and an action step for the day. Our critical thinking question of the day. What kind of person do you need to become to build the life you want to live? What kind of a person do you need to become to build the life that you want to live? Great question to think about, man. And I know the guys that are tuning in to this show today that you are becoming that person. You're showing up each and every day. You're saying, I'm going to take this 15 minutes a day and I'm going to take control of my life and I'm going to be the performer. What type of performer do you need to become? What type of person did you need to become to build the life you want to live? And here's our action step of the day, guys. Here's something that you want to take away from today's message. Day 28. We got 72 more days to go. We just in day 28. This stuff getting good. Right. We said this yesterday. Write up a plan of action that will help you grow into the person you want and need to be. Write up a plan of action that will help you grow into the person you want and need to be. I don't know who you're going to be watching this, whether it's right now or later. And maybe you're in a position where you just don't know what it's going to take. You got to get a journal. You got to start writing this stuff down. You got to start to design your very own life. What is it that you want to go? Be intentional and find out who you need to become in order to live or to build the life that you want to live. And I'm telling you, if you take this step to just design your very own life, if you take this step and have the courage to say, you know what, it doesn't cost me anything to do this. All it's going to cost me maybe 2 cents for a pencil and 5 cents for some paper. And I'm going to write out my very own life. I'm going to write my own script. And I tell you this, anytime that I've written down a goal, I've seen it become accomplished. And even sometimes when I don't write it and I think about the goal and it's so ingrained with a burning desire, I've seen it happen in my life. Think about that car that you always wanted to have. Didn't you find yourself driving it at some point? I remember way back in there, like, oh, I want this Honda Prelude, got a sunroof and everything. I designed that thing out. Some point in time in my life, guess what? I was driving it. And then you look back like, I did want that a long time ago. This is the same thing that you can do with every aspect of your life. If you just take the time to become the creator, you take the time to become the designer, you take the time to write it on out. Write the vision down, make it plain. Hey, that's our 15 minutes, guys. And this is what we do Monday through Saturday at 8 a.m. I'm your certified financial educator, ERGJ. Hey, hopefully this helped. We're dropping seeds into our consciousness in order to have the results that we want in our life. Wealth begins in the mind. Now, here's the deal, guys. I'll be here tomorrow at 8 a.m. And the question is, will you?